This is my Africa Channel Television. My name is Aaron Ucheng. In the headlines. Massive earthquake hits Japan, leaving hundreds dead and thousands displaced. Libyan crisis continues and spills over to Tunisia.
We will be introducing legislation very quickly in order to create 2 new enterprise funds for Egypt and Tunisia.
U.S. government to set aside funds to help Egypt and Tunisia, as Secretary of State Hillary Clinton heads there to assess the situation. And
but I would like to say that American Muslims have spoken many times against violence extremism.
Muslims in America refuse to be labeled as terrorists. Scientists say the latest Japanese quake, ranked as the 5th largest in the world since 1900, and was nearly 800,000 times stronger than one that devastated Christchurch, New Zealand last month. So far, 400 people have been confirmed dead, with 584 others declared missing. The figures indicate 947 people are seriously injured from the quake that measured 8.9 on the Richter scale.
Throughout the seaside cities of the north, stunning devastation. At the Sendai airport, it took only 30 seconds for water to overtake the runways. Soon after, the 16-foot airport tunnel overflowed, filling with cars, small planes, and bodies.
President Barack Obama received briefing on the earthquake in Japan and the tsunami preparedness and response action in the United States. Senior officials provided the president with an update on the evolving situation stemming from the earthquake and subsequent tsunami that struck Japan early Friday morning. The president promised U.S. assistance in the wake of the devastation.
First and foremost, our thoughts and our prayers are with the people of Japan. This is a potentially catastrophic disaster, and the images of destruction and flooding coming out of Japan are simply heartbreaking. Japan is, of course, one of our strongest and closest allies. And this morning I spoke with Prime Minister Khan. On behalf of the American people, I conveyed our deepest condolences, especially the victims and their families, and I offered our Japanese friends whatever assistance is needed. And we currently have an aircraft carrier in Japan, and another is on its way. We also have a ship en route to the Marianas Islands to assist as needed. The Defense Department is working to account for all our military personnel in Japan.
The U.S. government is to spend close to $100 million in aid of Egypt and Tunisia as the 2 countries recover from the recent effects of the uprisings. Senate Committee on Foreign Relations, headed by Senator John Kerry, also said that Secretary of State Hillary Clinton will be headed to the 2 North African countries early next week to set up the Enterprise Fund.
I think everybody in the world is in awe of what the people of Egypt and Tunisia have accomplished, and they've done it without violence, without radicalism, but with an extraordinary amount of bravery. And what they've achieved is the promise of a new and democratic future for their countries. But a promise has to be delivered on. And there are things that need to be done in order to help them be able to deliver. That is why the United States, with one voice, not with political parties, but with one voice, stands united in offering the hand of friendship to those who've put their lives on the line in order to create a new beginning. So today I'm joining with my colleagues, Senators McCain and Senator Lieberman, to match the words of support with tangible support. We will be introducing legislation very quickly in order to create two new enterprise funds for Egypt and Tunisia, the Egyptian-American Enterprise Fund and the Tunisian-American Enterprise Fund.
The Libyan crisis entered its fourth week with no signs that leader Muammar Gaddafi will give up power anytime soon. Reports from the country indicate that army soldiers have launched air and land missile attacks to the advancing rebel forces. Civilians are now crossing over to the neighboring Tunisia for fear of the attacks. There is now a looming humanitarian crisis as a result of this. And finally, Muslims in America have raised their voices against continued labeling of them as agents of terrorism. At a Senate hearing on Friday, representatives of the religion said they too have been victims of terrorism and demanded relevant authorities to stop pointing an accusing finger to them.
American Muslim scholars have spoken against violent extremism. The Islamic Society of North America have led that effort. They have issued fatwas that aiding, helping, participating in violent extremism is absolutely prohibited by Islam and considered a sin. It is the Holy Quran that says, whoever take a life as if have taken life of all humanity, and whoever save one life as if have saved all humanity. And this is a verse, by the way, is in the Old Testament. I was asked before one time by a journalist about this verse, and she said to me that she asked a rabbi who quoted the same verse, and she asked a minister who quoted the same verse. I said, God is consistent. It is the belief of all of us, people of faith, that we stand together, shoulder to shoulder, against extremism, bigotry, and hate. Discrimination against people of religion, whether in the United States or abroad. We stand together against discrimination against minorities, or Christians, or anti-Semitism. We stand together shoulder to shoulder because our religion, all of us, calls us to stand as one family, as a family of Adam and Eve. I would like to say that we would like to hear from Congress, from this kind of hearing, the great work of American Muslims are doing. Muslims are saving life. Muslim doctors that are in Katrina and saving life of people around the world.
And that is the news for now. Be sure to visit our website at www.myafricachannel.tv for more information. I am Aaron Chen.